Hi, and welcome to this video where I'm going to talk to you about my corporate confidence model. So, this is the model that you need to become the best version of yourself without any fads, restrictions, or a 5 a.m. club. So, in this video, I'm going to pull back the curtain and show you exactly how you can grow confident in the gym and build your career in the next 3 to 6 months using my corporate confidence method. And what this method does is it doesn't rely on any fad diets, and you won't need to spend hours in the gym. And you can ditch that all or nothing mindset, which I know a lot of us have, especially busy corporate women who wanted to progress in their career and also look after their health as well. So, just before I start, just want to give you a little quick summary of who I am, a little intro. So, I'm Kerry. I'm a Somerset girl turned London girly. I worked in a corporate job myself. I was a consultant for almost 11 years in both public and private sector. So, I know exactly what it's like to feel the pressure of the client, commuting, trying to juggle your health on top of that. I know exactly what that feels like. I was actually born with a clicky hip, which means my left hip joint is not quite aligned. So I have one leg shorter than the other. It doesn't stop me doing anything. And it's actually the main reason why fitness has always been such a big part of my life. I was also a runner. I played football for many, many years. And I decided last summer to take the leap from the corporate world and go into fitness coaching because it's something that I'm really passionate about, and I really want to help other corporate women who might be going through some of the same struggles and burnout that I did, and help them with their health. So let's move on, and I can tell you about what this video is going to be. So just so I don't waste any of your time, this video is for women over 30 who are working in a corporate job, but most importantly, who are serious about making sustainable changes to their health. So if you are not a hardworking or driven individual who wants to make that change now, and you don't have time to commit, then this video is not for you. Feel free to click away. I just don't want to waste your time any further. So feel free to go and look at all my other content on Instagram and YouTube and learn a bit more about what I do, what you want to achieve before coming back. However, if you are driven, you are motivated to do this now, it's likely that you've probably tried Slimming World, you've been on Weight Watchers, you've been on a keto diet, you've tried all the gym classes, and it maybe didn't go quite as well for you as you would have liked. And that is totally fine. That is totally okay. Most people that are watching my content, including myself, have been through the same thing. We've tried things in the past and things just didn't quite go the way that we wanted it to. So this was me on the left hand side here in 2024. This is when I really decided that I felt really disconnected with my body. I was working a job, I was doing lots of hours, working clients, all of that good corporate stuff. And I thought I was doing everything right with my health. I was doing workouts in the gym. I previously worked with a personal trainer. I had a plan. I was running. I thought I was eating well, but something just wasn't clicking. The scales weren't moving. I just felt like none of my clothes fit. So I decided to take the leap and I got myself a coach. And that's when things really changed for me. So on the picture on the right hand side there is me at a wedding in September in 2025. And I felt so good on that day in comparison to the wedding I'd been to 18 months ish earlier. So I felt disconnected, and I knew that I was in a bit of a plateau. I was in this vicious cycle, and I didn't know how to get myself out of it without getting some external support. So I know exactly how it feels to have tried things and not worked in the past. Now, the reason why fad diets never work, and I'm a big advocate for anti the fad, because can be really, really restrictive. And what they are looking at normally is a short-term fix, which, let's be honest, doesn't fit with our lifestyles. We're busy women. We've got loads of things going on. We're juggling our lives, kids, relationships, all of that other good stuff. So if we're really restrictive with our food and pushing ourselves to do ridiculous workouts, it's just not going to work for us. So I have created and my ethos with Coaching with Kerry, it's I operate differently. I try to make it fun. I want this to fit with your career and your lifestyle so that you can still go out for drinks with the girls. You can still enjoy hen do's, birthdays, client dinners. You can still enjoy all of those things, have a social life, smash your career. You can still climb the ladder and work on your health all at the same time. So I am training and tailoring all of this program specifically for corporate women because I know what it's like to try and juggle all of those things, and I want to help you still do all the things that we love and we enjoy. So you're probably thinking, well, it's impossible to do all those things. It's impossible to juggle my career and my health without me having to start getting up at 5 a.m. to go and work out, or I'm going to have to start cutting out food groups and I'm going to have to cut out all of the things that I really, really enjoy. And I'll be honest, most people think that. And I myself, when I first started on my journey, felt the same. But I'm here to tell you that it doesn't have to be like that. So just before we dive into the value and what I can give you, I just want to assure you that you can get fitter and healthier and more confident without having to deal with any of those restrictions. No 5 a.m. club, no cutting the food groups, etc. And this is why. So just want to show you a quick picture of me. These pictures are 6 months apart. So in my bigger, wider journey, I did lose 6 kilos and I've managed to keep it off. So between that first photo a few slides back in April 2024, where we are now, April 2026. So in 4 years, I've lost that and I've kept it off. I know I was unhappy with who I saw in the mirror. I'd hit that plateau and I got the help. So I know that it's possible, and I know that the scales don't mean everything. Like in the last 12 months, I probably haven't lost very much weight according to the scales, but I just wanted to show these pictures because my body composition has completely changed because of the way I'm training and the way that I'm fueling my body. So I understand it. I do get how you're feeling and what you want to achieve. Now, the problem normally is that you don't have a model. You don't have the systems in place like I have had, and it's likely that you're trying to do this on your own. So this is where I can help you. So the corporate confidence method. So I created this model and this program that is simple and effective because I'm currently going through this same thing myself. So I've worked with a coach previously and I am following this same model now, this corporate confidence method myself. So do you want to be next to join us on this journey and let me help you through this? So the CCM pillars, I've based this around 3 pillars. So my whole program is centered around this. So pillar number 1 is called power moves. Okay, so all about movement, workouts, etc. Pillar number 2, fuel smart, nutrition. What does that look like? And then pillar number 3 is think like a CEO. Okay, everything else, what do you want to achieve and what else is important to you with your health fits into that final pillar. So let me dive into those in a little bit more detail for you so you can understand what's involved in each of those. So if we look at power moves first, so this is pillar number 1. So these are going to be workouts. We chat, we work this through. These are workouts that are going to be tailored specifically for you, your goals, and your lifestyle. So if you travel for work, if you go to the office 5 days a week, you've got kids, whatever that looks like for you, we can tailor workouts specifically for you so that they fit and you are going to do them. These can be based from home or the gym. If they are based at home, they can be based around any equipment that you have available. So if you have dumbbells, kettlebells, bands, etc., we can make sure that we're utilizing those. The same if you have some really niche equipment in the gym, we can incorporate those or we can exclude them if you don't have them. And finally, what we really want to do is target muscle groups that you need. So if you're a runner, let's have running specific exercises in there. If you're a cyclist or if you're not doing any of those, but you want to start doing it, then we can work together on building that program and that structure for workouts that's actually going to work for you. I also am a believer that if there is an exercise that you really dislike, So if you tell me, Kerry, I really don't like burpees, we'll take burpees out, okay? Because if you put an exercise in that you don't like, you're just not going to do them anyway. So it's important that we work together and make sure that this is going to work for you, so that you are going to get the body that you want and work the muscles that you want. Pillar number 2, smart fuel. So all about nutrition. So I'm going to help you understand what macros actually mean, what they mean for you. And we will talk through the numbers, etc. And you will either go into a deficit or a surplus or both, or will end up at maintenance. Whatever your journey is, whatever your goals are, we will adjust your calories to reflect that. Now, I always get every client to start keeping a food diary for the initial phase of the program. That's just really to track what you're eating and for awareness more than anything. What are you actually eating? So many of us are eating hidden calories that we're not even aware of. So just an initial awareness piece can really help us build the foundation that we're then going to build upon and make changes to. Now, tracking calories doesn't work for everybody, and I completely understand that. It has its benefits, but if it's not going to work for you, then we won't take that approach. The other approach we can take is we can manage what you're actually putting on your plate, the size of your portions, how much proteins you have, etc. There is a softer way of tracking your food that doesn't mean putting everything into an app. And I am a big believer, and my whole ethos is that there is an 80-20 rule when it comes to nutrition. If we are on track and eat whole foods for 80% of the time, we can allow ourselves 20% for fun. That's going to allow you the birthdays, the hen-dos, the weddings, the holidays, etc. So it's really important that we acknowledge and we allow ourselves to have that 20%. And I am a firm believer, and I build this pillar around that. And then finally, the pillar number 3, think like your CEO. So everything that impacts our health that doesn't fit into movement or nutrition. So water, general steps, our hormones, stress, sleep, etc. Whatever goals you have for any of these, we can incorporate that into the plan. If you say, Kerry, I don't drink enough water, we'll set some goals around drinking water. And these can adjust with the seasons. And as you start building habits around these pointers, we can park them and move on to the next one. So this is for you to think about absolutely everything else. The other thing that is not part of the pillar is the accountability piece. That is a big part of my program. I will keep you accountable on all 3 of these pillars to ensure that you are still achieving your goals. I'm here to support you. I will be a cheerleader, but I will also give you a nudge as and when you need them. So that sits across all 3 of these pillars. So if you're a corporate woman in your 30s and you want to get more confident in the gym and your career in the next 3 to 6 months without having to go on any of those fad diets, the ketos, the slimming worlds, or get up at 5 a.m. to go and spend 2 hours in the gym before you go to work, then I want you to click on the link in the text below and book a call in with me. Okay, so in that call, we're going to go over where you are now. I want to know what you're currently doing. Then I want to talk about where you want to get to. What are those goals? Where do you want to be in 12 weeks, 6 months, 12 months? Where do you want to be? And then we can start plotting out whether or not and understanding if we are a good fit for each other. This has to work for you and it has to work for me as well. So if we think that I can definitely help you start achieving where you want to get to and we're going to work well together, then we can get started. So again, this is for high performing corporate women who actually really want to get fitter and healthier. So again, if that's not you right now, then that's totally fine. Go and watch more of my content, get more value, and then come back. And then we can get straight into the action. I want this to work for you, but you need to be ready to come on board. So just as we're moving through now, so there are 2 directions we can go from here, okay, to get you the results that you want. So option 1 is you take the information that I've given you around those 3 pillars and you go and try and implement it yourself, right? Invest the time, build your own system, think about those pillars. Option 2 is that we can jump on a call together and discuss how I can help you shortcut all of that. I can give you what you need based on what I've already tried myself and I've tried with other women, and I can customize this completely to you so that you can get fitter and healthier in the next 3 to 6 months instead of you having to wait potentially 12, 18 months to see a result. So if that sounds like you and you are 100% ready and sure you want to go ahead with option 2, again, click on the link below and book a call, and we can start getting you those results quickly and easier by allowing me to give you all of the structures and systems that I have in place already. So if you want to never worry about starting Monday, starting that keto, starting the slimming world, or worrying about your age, or not having the time to commit and think about building the structures, and just like how I felt at that wedding in 2024 and investing in myself, I lost that food noise. I came out of that plateau and I happened to lose weight and change my body composition along the way. So again, click on that link and I look forward to meeting you there and catching up. And just one final closing thought is just think, what would that do for you? If you had all of those pillars, if you had that accountability in place, imagine if you could get to your ideal weight and just genuinely get to feel really good in yourself, which admittedly can be really hard and a lonely journey, okay? But what if I could help you overcome those challenges that you currently have, give you the accountability and the structure, and then you can just focus on executing it and getting those results really fast. So thank you so much for watching. Click on that link and I look forward to speaking to you soon.